It is August 28th, 2025, Thursday, and doing a little pre show before our big Royal Revelation show on Friday. Echo, you said that you saw or met Princess Diana once. That's amazing. She was stunning in person. I'll never forget watching her walk in a turquoise blazer and skirt alone and in peace on gorgeous sunny autumn afternoon. Oh, how was the weather in Denmark? I'll bet it's beautiful. And I know, Jen, I'm so sorry. We're going to talk about that tonight. Hello from a state in morning, Minnesota. It's just awful. And hello, Angel. Thank you for mentioning that. Please click the like button if you like this type of content. Pernille, it's raining a lot up there. That's a bummer, but I guess you need rain. Yes, it's all breaking. Oh my God. It's literally breaking. We're going to talk about it. Star Sleuth is here. Nice to see you. Angel, of course, is from Australia. Helen is from Australia. Wow. So we've got a global crowd as usual. Oh, this is the big one. Diana's shock love letter to Charles. Well, it's an omen that I'm thinking about. I need your help. This is a big deal, at least from what I'm seeing in the charts. Just want to remind you that the members can get the Betrayal Predictions show. And I talk a little bit about Taylor Swift. Oof. I wish she would not go down this path. A lot of people are so excited for her, but I think there's trouble ahead. If you were not able to catch this weekend's classes, I've got some more classes next weekend. So that's basic astrology and forensic astrology classes. Basic astrology, I make it super easy to understand astrology. You don't have to study for years and years and years to get the general gist of a chart. This is tonight, the school shooting. Awful. We're going to look at the profile of a murderer, and that's Robin Westman. I got his birth time. So we're going to break down what was going on inside of his mind and in his environment. Omens and symbols. Well, did anybody hear about the capsule that was unearthed? Basically, you break it. That's the breaking news. And inside were contents in London that were contributed by Princess Diana and a couple of kids at a hospital. Well, thank you, Star Sleuth. Always trying to produce, that's for sure. Thank you. So we're talking about a time capsule today, and I think this is an omen. It's for King Charles and it's for Queen Camilla. Something is coming up and it could be pretty serious. I think what we're talking about in the sky right now is a death secret, and it's coming out. I want to say fall, it might even be late summer. Things are going to start moving along as far as getting a little detail. And how interesting that a time capsule would appear. This London hospital is renovating. There's new construction. They had to take out the capsule. It was supposed to be there for a lot longer. And after, I guess it was, I've got more information in a second that I put in my presentation here, but 1991 is when she originally contributed to this time capsule. She made so much or generated so much in donations for this hospital. It meant a lot to her. But this is actually King Charles's. It's a little part of his solar return chart, his predictive solar return. And Saturn and the moon is death. Neptune right next to it is secret, death secret. North Node. This is pretty intense. It's part of the eclipse. Something new is coming in, keeping in mind that Pisces represents a hospital. So we're going to be seeing these hospital types of, I guess, visuals, themes. So let's talk about Leo first. Leo means love. You're going to see the word love a lot with Leo. Oh, they can't get enough of love. Love, 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 romance. I think about Elizabeth Taylor. But you could think about a lot of people who are in love with love. First off, we see a lot of Leos using the word love when they are publishing things. And so I think it's so ridiculous when everybody's like, Megan is copying or whatever. Oh, there have been so many Leos who have used the word love in a title. It's ridiculous. So it's so silly to make comparisons with Leos, because they have the same themes, just like Pamela Anderson, her book, Love Pamela. Pamela's Cooking with Love, and Pamela, A Love Story. So another example of a Leo. And of course, I Love Lucy, a famous Leo. that would be in her title. I mean, there's so many, but Elizabeth Taylor, lots of Leo, Jupiter in Leo in her chart. And love is better than ever. I think she had a bunch of Leo titles in her movies, but that's just one of them. So we're going to see a lot about love when we're talking about like Leos and royalty. So interesting about how The Rhythm of Love, which was the title of Kylie's album in 1991, was put in that time capsule that was just unearthed. So Princess Diana is being talked about a lot right now. And I thought it was interesting too. Of course, it's Kylie. K is a Leo letter. It's going to be a Leo name. And I guess Kris Kardashian really knew what she was doing when she basically named all of her daughters with a K. So there's going to be that Leo energy, the kingdom, the royals. So that was the name of the CD. But I wanted to get a little bit even deeper than that and show you some of the lyrics for one of the titles. I mean, this is a forensic investigation here, but one of the titles is Better the Devil You Know. Now, consider the fact that it was probably one of the kids that put the CD into the capsule. It was not really attributed directly to Princess Diana. So I should probably say that. But a little weird that the 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 words would have a lot of meaning for Princess Diana. Like, our love wasn't perfect, I know. I think I know the score. If you say you love me, oh boy, I can't ask for more. I'll come if you should call. I'll forgive and forget. If you say you'll never go, because it's true what they say, it's better the devil you know. And then it goes on, I'll be here every day waiting for your love to show. So, ugh. Um, it's just kind of haunting seeing these types of lyrics that are associated with this time capsule. And also, I think it's Princess Diana's birth chart that her rising sign is on Algol, which would represent, the devil, but also represents a very beautiful woman. A lot of beautiful ladies have many planets or significant planets in or placements in the late degrees of Taurus. So the time capsule, what is the time capsule? The time capsule is made to be broken. And so it just was. Now, this was a hospital where they took this time capsule and decided to take it out. How exciting. Like, can you imagine pulling something out of a building that Princess Diana buried? I mean, oh, that must have been the most exciting day. It was out in front of a hospital. And remember what Neptune represents, not just hospitals, but secrets, disguises. It represents things that happen at night. So that's something to consider here. So what was a time capsule? It included a pocket-sized color TV and a Kylie Minogue album. Those are the items among what Diana, Princess of Wales, contributed and placed in a time capsule more than 30 years ago. As Great Ormond Street Hospital's president from 1989 until her death, Diana played a central role in Gosh's Wishing Well appeal, raising 54 million pounds, equivalent to 200 million pounds today, considered the largest UK charity appeal at the time, according to Gosh. The time capsule sealed by Princess Diana in London opened up after 34 years. So that was the headline. I know Diana will always be with us, it seems. We're happy about it, but there are some people who are not. I know, Deb. Okay, so royal cars were filmed arriving at Buckingham Palace. William was alone in his car. Anne, Andy, Edward arrived with their husbands and wives. Whoa. When was that? And Deb, that's what you're saying. Uh-oh, too. And you said Spanish author Concha Calleja spoke out this week about Charles calling big family meetup to address his brother, sister, and William. She said Kate is in the hospital again. She's also blonde, too. So, hey, Soda Pop, glad you could make it. Yeah. So that's very interesting. It looks difficult right now. It looks, remember, hospital, Neptune, we're going to see a lot of Neptune, particularly for King Charles this month. Echo says Jimmy Savile also raised money for Children's Hospital. He was the royal's favorite wizard. How cool. Okay. All right, so this is King Charles' solar return, and we are in this period right here. We're coming into the Libra time frame right before September hits, on or about. I'm going to say we're about there because Libra represents a relationship and it represents a wife. So suddenly things have to do with his health in this time frame, Mercury and Virgo, but now it's changing a little bit. Now, what is the South Node? The South Node's coming up now. I mean, it's pretty strong in his solar return chart. He's feeling the energy of that. And when it's well placed, it means you're able to get rid of something. That old bike that was in your garage, Mercury trine South Node. Mercury's like a bike. You're just like, oh, thank God, that ugly bike, it's gone. I don't have to look at it anymore. But if the South Node has red lines through it, squares, oppositions, whatever, it can be very tough because it shows despair. Now, South Node also represents truth. It can also represent something spiritual too. So we'll see the South Node sometimes when we're looking at maybe a um, crime chart with that, and maybe there's some kind of spiritual leader that's involved. So South Node um, and Neptune can have the same energy to it. Okay, so there it is. There's South Node. It's in King Charles 2025 chart. It is pretty much activated now, and there's some sadness here, and it is squaring Venus. Venus could be Camilla, but it could also be Princess Diana. So sadness of a wife is here. Interesting how it's in the second house of income or things that are valuable. So not sure what that means yet. But the South Node is in a T square, which is an ouchie. And with Libra, I mean, if it's a health problem, Venus does rule his health. So this is kind of despair of the health. Perhaps it's not going as well right now, it being late August. So we're seeing that come in here with the eighth house. This could represent, inheritances, real estate. It doesn't seem really easy right now, but it would make sense that something might be coming up with either Camilla or Princess Diana because you can see their despair. It's the despair of the relationship. So that might be reflected in both with Camilla and Princess Diana. So here's King Charles's 2025 transit. Now, in his seventh house, you could see she is represented by Aquarius. So we're going to go over to Uranus. And in his chart, his seventh house lord representing a partner is retrograde, meaning it is weak. 29 degrees, it's even weak. 29 degrees often means, in my opinion, retrograde. It's just very weak. Now, with it being that last degree of Gemini, it shows troubles with communications, maybe saying shocking things, maybe having interruptions where they can't really connect. And that's how I would read that. Well, every astrologer reads it a different way. But we've got a square here to Neptune and Saturn right now. And so keeping in mind, this is King Charles's chart. So there is something where this is a big shock. This is a big shock. It's a partner shock. And Saturn, of course, is history. Neptune is mystery. It can mean ice. It can mean something is frozen. It can show that it is a pain point for him at the moment as Saturn and Neptune retrograde together right over the point of tragedies, which is 29 degrees Pisces sheet. Now, you get these three together real tight, and that's difficult because North Node is going to enhance. It's the gasoline. But Saturn is old, and Neptune is also ghost. So an old ghost shocks. So maybe it's just that time capsule. We hope that we don't want any big shocks for people who are in the hospital sick, dealing with things. But karma has a way of coming around, and Saturn represents karma. So uh, this is a scandal. This is an old Saturn, old Neptune scandal. Could also represent an old hospital that has to be torn down. And there's construction, which would be Aries on this hospital. So that could be part of it. And this is, so you're going to look at your seventh house Lord, but you're also going to look at Venus in a man's chart to see where that is, because there are 2 points, unless of course the seventh house is maybe Venus, or I'm sorry, if the Lord is Venus, seventh house Lord. But if it's not, you're still going to look at Venus for the wife, and this is the wife, or the ghost wife, Neptune ghost, Venus wife, and the wife is angry, Mars. Oh, she's pissed. So this could be Diana's ghost. It could also be Camilla. And let's see here. Oh boy. When you got a square to Jupiter right here, this is very, very angry. A square to anything with Jupiter is too much. Too much emotion. Just, it's like a flood, because Cancer is a water sign. It's also a mother. So a lost mother. 12th house are things that are lost. So I'm just looking at that Mars and the vertex, which can, I think, together probably enhance this Libra energy, which is a relationship. All right. So let me see what you guys are saying. And then we're going to get to Queen Camilla's. Then we're going to get to Princess Diana's chart. So Spanish press are saying Harry is in the UK. Lucia says he will be in the UK on September 8th, I think. And yeah, hopefully to see his father. Hi, Carmel. I know, Black Moon Lilith. We're going to have to take a look at that. Jen, Charles is said to travel with 5 doctors when he goes anywhere. You're such a resource for us. It's like you could literally say anything and we'd be like, oh my God. Yeah, he's looking very tired. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. I hope Catherine's okay. We'll have to pull a card for Catherine. All right. Concha Kaleha, who is Concha, said Harry will be returning to UK to take royal role, not Meghan, but H&M are still very much together. Okay, that's fair. I mean, she doesn't have to be with, in every single part of this. And if she's okay with it, even better for their family. Pulled the 7 of Pentacles in reverse for Harry. Thought that may indicate he was back in UK. Yeah. Jan, you said, Jen, so much hidden by royals at the moment. Hey, Carla. A nice Leo name, Paris. Leo is French and English. Well, hello, Melanie. Thank you so much for joining and becoming a member. And it really helps the channel. Okay, so we're in Queen Camilla's predictive solar return chart. And if you guys are interested in having a solar return chart, you can go to astrologywithval.as.me. Also for the classes coming up in the next 2 weekends. Oh my God, we're going to have so much fun. So not very expensive. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of information, and definitely check that out. And here, don't forget the join button to get exclusive access. I've got some new content coming up, but also just recorded some new shows in the past 2 weeks. So, all right. So Queen Camilla's Solar 2025. She just isn't it weird that Camilla and Diana have the same month, uh, as far as the birth date? Same birth month. So for Queen Camilla, she is July 17th. Gemini. Gemini, she's going to be seen as the twin this year. I wonder, twin of whom? And it's really tough because of this T square here. She doesn't like this secret. She is not talking. Gemini to talk. T square, not opening her mouth. She's staying away. Probably good. Probably a good idea. So now we're into, we've already passed August 17th. So we're in this area here. We're in Cancer. And funny enough, Cancer. And so there it is a little bit closer up. Jupiter always represents the husband in a female's chart. So famous husband, Cancer. 8 degrees, Scorpio degree, also house of death, death and fear, can be chaos if not aspected well, which it isn't, not this year. So we're looking at her husband. This is a big, big, big month between August 17th and September 17th, which would be when the third house starts. Okay. So interesting. Cancer represents home. So King Charles is at home. There's caring that's involved. I love Cancer signs. They're so sweet. They're so caring. And so there might be some of that coming from her husband. Maybe, I don't know. So there he is. But then look at this. Whoa. We have got Death Secret up here. And now let's think back for a minute. Last few days, what came out in the press? Apparently, it is rumored that King Charles was very angry that his funeral plans were leaked. Okay. And this is a leak down here. South Node is a leak. But right now we're looking at this. And so this would be a funeral plan, funeral secret. Saturn moon with Neptune. Neptune is secret. So really upset, very, 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 very upset because of the Aries there. When you have a square to Aries, it means you're losing something. You're losing a battle. And so this can be very, very difficult. So that's why I say I think someone, probably Camilla's partner, is probably fighting a few things, a few secrets. Now, this is Princess Diana's 2024 solar return. So she's Leo this year. So you can still look at somebody's solar return, even though they passed. And her sun is right next to her husband, right in the 12th house here. And it happens to be squaring Aries. So looks like one of them's angry and the other one feels it. It's probably both sides, really. Now, Mercury shows that Diana is able to speak. She can speak. She can speak beyond the grave. And yet, the problem is with her speaking is that we've got, Jan will tell you, Black Moon Lilith in a square with Mercury. Now, Mercury is the third house of speaking. It can represent maybe a communication, an email, something that is very, very, very bad because of the square. So this is somebody maybe within her home. It is somebody in private, and it is, I think this is some kind of communication that has to do with revenge. So this is revenge communication that's coming in. Now, is it Diana? I think so. Because of the trine, she's able to do something, get revenge. When there's a trine to Scorpio, yes, there's like some kind of evil plan. Not that Princess Diana would do anything like that from beyond the grave, but it just seems as if she is able to do something. Now, let me get a little bit more specific here. This comes in first, and she's born July 1st, so that would have come in July and August. So that's maybe this sun is just finishing up. She's just coming into Mercury, all right? Now at that point, this was really activating. So maybe that was the time capsule, the devil, maybe. Um, that came out kind of a message, really. Mercury, a message. Leo, a love message, maybe the rhythm of love. I don't know. Um, but that came out. So now we are well, before I get to that, yeah, so this is August, then we get into the Mercury time frame. But let's look at this for a second. This is Princess Diana, her rising sign and her identity is in really good aspect, like a trine to the history's mystery. Wow. And when you have Aries, and I'm making a big statement here. When you have Aries in a trine with, say, your ascendant, okay, this means you win in a sense. I mean, she really can't win beyond the grave, and it has something to do with something really, really famous. It's the 11th house of social media. Could be a female Venus astrologer, Uranus. Um, but maybe there's a prediction of it that's going to happen. And holy God, she's able to do it. Princess Diana can do this. She can get out the truth somehow. Ugh. But it also shows her identity, how people see her. And that is in this T square with Chiron way up at the top. Square Pluto has so many wounds. And with Leo, this is the heart. How did she die? From cardiac arrest. So this is a big heart attack. And of course, Leo would be the heart. So that makes sense. So it's all destined, it's all in the code. But interesting how Jupiter, which represents Charles, Uranus also represents Charles because of the seventh house lord. So she's got two this year. And it could be a fight where she's losing and then a fight where she's winning. So it could be one or the other because we've got red to Aries, which is losing, and we've got blue to Aries, which is winning. So it's going to depend on the month, and we're going to see. So kind of crazy. I hope that made sense, but it'll be really interesting to see what's happening here because this is tough for King Charles in this square, a Saturn moon. This this is dire right here. This is fear. This is death. So lots of talk about it. Now, one thing when you see the red line, it's like does not want to, and the 11th house is social media. So does not want that out on the socials. Is fighting, 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 fighting. So also with the trine to Black Moon Lilith over here, you can't really see it. It's blacked out a little bit, but that shows someone has some kind of a plan, some kind of a plan. Maybe a little scheme, a little bit of a scheme, little bit. Now, the other thing too is that, let me go back here. This Queen Camilla's chart, her husband is squaring part of fortune. And so he's trying to do something possibly with the finances and he can't. Maybe secure something that he wants for Queen Camilla and he's not able to do it. There's not enough time to do it. He needed a little more time and he can't, but this is a contract, Libra. This is a diplomat. This is something that is, I mean, who knows? Maybe they're putting together some kind of plan so they don't have to meet with a certain world leader, but it all seems to be coming in together at the same time. And there's some Leos who are having a little bit of an issue right now. Now, what's really, really, I keep forgetting to pull the cards. So I'm going to have to do that in a second. But see here. Thanks, Jan. Yeah, possibly more lost Diana tapes. Yes. Didn't even think about that, Jan. Wonder if Charles will be interred in 24 Hayes, as is the custom, with an alternative religion he supports. I didn't know that. Funeral plans for Charles show Harry would be involved. Maybe the palace. Camilla is not happy about that. Um, could it be that Camilla doesn't want Harry back, hence the anger? Oh, thank you, Echo. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think she wants the drama. She doesn't need it. I don't think she's so hot on Meghan. And right now, things are really difficult. The last thing you want is sometimes it's not even Harry or Meghan's fault. It's just the media goes crazy, and you don't want to have to deal with managing that type of drama. Okay, Jan, you said Rosie Roche, William Harry's cousin, found deceased in Wiltshire, similar to Thomas Kingston. So Concha Calais has said, Concha is authority on European royals. She writes a book on royal women, including Di. Isn't it weird? And I know I've said this before, and I know you've already thought about this, but when you think about omens and symbols, how Princess Diana's nickname is Di. And a lot of people would be thinking of her in that type of a context, and she would live on, but we would be talking about how she died and where she died and all of that. Are Diana's astrologers still alive? Penny Thornton and Debbie Frank still alive? I know one of them is, because I just read something from one of them. Yes, all the C's. Yep. The Pentacles. Yeah, so all the Diana tapes, we should do some cards on that. I'm going to use Amber's cards. Are there going to be any, like, I'm trying to think of what's going to be unearthed. And I think that that's what the time capsule is. It is an omen that something about Diana is going to be unearthed. So we had music, we had technology. There was something that had like seeds in there. They're like tree seeds. What kind of information about Diana is going to be coming out? Oh, shit. The Chariot reversed. Wow. Of course, meaning the car. The car that turned upside down. Did it turn upside? I don't think it turned upside down, but basically. Oh my God. Give me more information on the information that's going to come out in the next few months about Diana that we don't already know. The Hermit reversed. So maybe somebody in the mix that's coming out of retirement, coming out to say something. What do you think about the Hermit reversed? I know. Yeah, about the accident, Star Sleuth. Yikes. Okay, yeah, maybe Diana gave tapes to her astrologer to hold. Yeah, because it does look like a female astrologer or a female scientist. Uranus is something that comes out pretty fast too. So it's like super, super fast. By the way, I wanted to say thank you to the replay crew. If you're listening, really appreciate you watching after the live. And also welcome to all the new members, and welcome to the non-English speaking members that have been coming in. So really excited that you're interested in this content. Yes, it could be photographs, hidden secrets, someone coming out of secrecy. Why, you always wonder the timing. How many years? Why now? Okay, yeah, that's a question for the cards. Why is somebody going to come out now to talk about Diana? Is it because, I guess it's probably because of Charles. And we're getting to the end of the road here. But why is someone coming out now to talk about Diana? Three of Cups. Ooh, somebody who supports Diana. Somebody who misses her. It's so sad. It's so sad. Okay. One more clarification card. Whoa. Knight of Wands reversed. It's like the party's over. I often wonder what happens if someone has secret info and they pass away. What happens to the information they had if it's physical, like letters, pictures, video? Yes, soda pop. It would be weird if Diana's letter said, if I'm dead with this letter is being read, then you need to take a look at these people. Yeah. I mean, she kind of did, didn't she? I bet you said Fergie because that girl on that card was kind of a redhead. Five of Swords. She's got a headache. She's got a real headache right now because the whole Epstein story is blowing up. She's not doing great right now. Just wish all of this stuff would go away. Let's see, clarifier card on Fergie and Diana's secret. 10 of Wands. So kind of not able to move past it, maybe. Okay, I thought she said it in Andrew Morton book. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Diana wrote to her solicitor before death saying Charles was planning to kill her in a car accident. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, it was that serious. Gotta say, a woman's got some good intuition sometimes. And I think it was probably because she had seen, it was the guy that she was dating before, and he was on that motorcycle and he was killed. Was it one of her bodyguards? And so she was afraid the same thing was going to happen to her, and that had just happened. Yeah, Fergie's kind of distracted, I'd imagine. Yeah, so I want to pull some other. I can't believe we got that Chariot reverse. You got to be kidding me. All right, so let's ask some questions about King Charles. I don't want to ask too many because I want to save some for tomorrow for our show. But what's going on right now with King Charles? It seems like something's happening here. It's August 28th. Okay, so Four of Pentacles, they're talking about money. Might be some issues with finances. Clarifier card on what's going on. What's all the meetings about at the palace? King of Swords. So yeah, just being smart, putting a plan together. Let's ask how Princess Catherine is. Is Princess Catherine okay right now? Again, it being August 28th. What's the situation with Princess Catherine? 8 of Swords. She has to walk away from something. So, I mean, she's doing that right now with Adelaide Cottage. It's so funny how they call things cottages, and it's clearly like a huge mansion. So I wonder if there's anything behind that. It's like trick the people, make them think it's small. Oh, Star Sleuth. I'm so glad you came on here. King of Swords could be a lawyer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to pull Catherine. They are, Jan. It's amazing. The cards are so revealing. Let's get one. I'd like to get a card for just a general card for Princess Catherine's health. And one of the reasons I put Princess K in the last thumbnail is because K represents Leo. So people don't like when I call her Kate, but it would be destiny that we would call her that because of that Leo energy. But let's talk about Princess Catherine's health. Give us some kind of a clue here. 7 of Pentacles. So, looks like she is maybe returning back to something. I mean, usually when you get that upright, you're starting something new. It's really good. But 7 of Pentacles. Oh, by the way, did you see that Anna Kournikova is pregnant at 44 years old? Another Leo, probably. So Leo energy there, and a shock to a Leo. So anything about Princess Catherine, maybe, I don't know, does Princess Catherine have morning sickness? Let's see what we get. The wheel. What do you guys think about the wheel? I mean, it's a yes card, but sometimes it could go either way card. Jan, you said Catherine was always Kate Middleton, like Camilla was called Milla. I didn't know that. Well, that makes me feel better because I get yelled at all the time. They must be looking at the logistics of William becoming king in the near future, in my opinion. Whoa, Jen, 4 of Swords for the king, my deathbed card, hoping that's not true. Yes. So you were thinking morning sickness? Or you were thinking, yeah, you were probably thinking of morning sickness. The wheel. I wonder what the wheel's about. Oh my God, you guys, I've got this just real quick, lots of themes with my dad over the past couple of months. And he was a woodworker. And he had this project. He had clients and stuff. And so I was helping him. He was too weak to do anything in his workshop. And I'm going to show you the picture when I can. It's on my phone. But you want to know the last project I was helping him with? It was a gigantic wheel. I mean, the wheel, and it was just amazing. I was like, oh, okay, dad's getting ready to move on, he's in motion, and it was just kind of wild. But it's this huge wheel, and I'm like sanding this wheel, and it's like, this is so weird. This is odd. Let's see. Hyperemesis with my pregnancies too made it impossible to hide being pregnant. That's right. And that's what Catherine had to do with I think with most of the pregnancies, right? She had to kind of fess up right away because she was getting so sick. So I think that blonde hair might mean a big change is coming for Princess Catherine. And let me see, what else can I pull? How is Camilla feeling right now? Just in general, how is she feeling? I'm going to use Anita's cards here. Anita has some awesome cards. She's a psychic, and she sent these to me, so I like to use them every once in a while. Let me ask this about Camilla. Just general card about Camilla. Oh. Okay. 7 of Wands reversed. Yeah, maybe a little stressed. She's feeling stress. Funny how it's a female, huh? I love her card too. Let me show it to you. She just did such a great job with the artwork. It's called the Word, WYRD Tarot. Great for people who are learning too, because it has all of the explanations on the front. So, and this says assertive, driven, steadfast. So, but it's in reverse. So she can't really be assertive right now. There is something coming up here that I wanted to ask the cards about. And it is about Queen Camilla. Hang on. Okay, I think I mentioned it already, but we got this T-square here, guys, with Black Moon Lilith. We get 2 people here, and it's a big fight, and it's in the 6th house of health and work. Could be workers, but this is a message that she does not want to get out. It's also her. Okay, so Mercury is the rising sign lord. So Mercury is the lord of Gemini. It is at the 15 degree of Leo, which is not the best degree. And this looks very, very challenging. It looks like she wants to wring somebody's neck. Is Camilla, does she want to wring somebody's neck? Let's see. It's coming up in the next 2 months, I think. Somebody royal. Clarify a card on whose neck that Queen Camilla wants to wring. That's wild. Ace of Cups. Interesting. Love affair? Something romantic? No. But we talked a little bit about that in the past because we've gotten these cards before. It's some type of communication. It's bullying. Are we talking about a bully here? Is Camilla bullying someone? Oh, I know. It is a crazy reading. I know. She's literally going to wring their necks. Yep, the king cannot divorce his wife. William is stuck with her as queen. If she's pregnant, she can't be divorced. So you're talking about Catherine. A short while ago, you and Amber saw cards that Catherine would get pregnant. I know. It was a few months ago. And I mean, the cards and the charts are telling me, but I personally, it's hard to believe. It's very hard to believe. But it's like, it's really, really positive for that in her chart. So maybe something else. But Jen, you said, I got the Two of Pentacles in reverse for Camilla. H and W trying to pit them against each other. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so everybody's trying to split stuff up right now. Oh yeah. Did I ask who's the bully? I want to know who the bully is. I wonder if we're going to get a queen. Who is the bully in this? There's a big bully. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, Judgment reversed. Maybe it's a female. Something. Yeah, I wonder. Is a clarifier card for who is bullying whom? The Emperor. Yeah, so we're talking about the court. I think something's going on, but keeping in mind, like sometimes when I would say all the time, I mean, I'm going to be honest, Mercury squaring Black Moon Lilith is you are a wild animal. You want revenge. You don't care what anybody thinks, feels. You don't care if they have a family. You don't care if they're sick. You don't care about anything. You want revenge. And that's what this is right here in Queen Camilla's chart. So let me ask one more time. Who does Queen Camilla want revenge against? Let's get a good profile here. I'm going to pick two cards. Five of Pentacles. Somebody who's really sad. Go easy on her. And Four of Swords. So and that's reversed. So we're talking about and they look like young women too. So oh my God, Mercury means two. So two people, maybe two workers, maybe she's firing somebody and she's like, look, I don't care if, if you're sick. I don't care if you don't have another job lined up. You're out of here. That could be the Black Moon Lilith. So anyway, we'll definitely come on again tomorrow. We will see you. Amber will be here. We're going to talk a lot about the last 2 weeks with the Royals. And also, hopefully, we'll get some updates. Jen, you kind of gave us breaking news here. This isn't even out yet. So, and also, if Catherine's pregnant, she can't be divorced. So what, like, are you thinking that she wants to be divorced? William is stuck with her as queen. I think he likes being with her. But do you think, I wanted to ask one more question. I know I always do this. I'm like, we're ready to sign off and I think of another question, but I want to know, is this blonde hair she has, is this a symbol of something? It looks like a change to me, but what is this? What is it a symbol of? Might not be blonde, but you could tell it's a little bit lighter. Princess Catherine's hair is a little bit lighter. What does it mean symbolically? King of Swords reversed. Oh my God. That's the death of King Charles. She's becoming more of a Leo. She's becoming the queen. Camilla is blonde. Diana was blonde. Now she's going to be blonde. Whoa. Clarify a card. Clarify a card with Princess Catherine and her blonde hair. What is it a symbol of? Ace of Swords reversed. Something, a secret that's not out yet, maybe? Yeah. Charles loves blondes. Yeah. Charles said to have met alone with Catherine. Thanks, Jen. She's blonde. Yes. Thanks, Star Sleuth. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we got an interesting royal preview for tomorrow. Yeah, I feel for them. I do. And Star Sleuth, you said, I sometimes think judgment reverses bad social media. Okay, we'll have to remember that. Yeah, because the judgment, everyone's judging. And yeah, okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow.